Somewhere over the last few months, my whole approach to exchanging tokens shifted, and it wasn't gradual. It was one of those things where you see it and you can't unsee it. The two things that drove it were pretty specific: transaction speed and how exposed my activity was on centralized infrastructure. Both of those bothered me more than I realized until I found something better. So for context, Bitstamp was basically my default stack for a long time. That's where I moved BTC, ETH, pretty much anything that needed swapping. And I had no urgent reason to change that. The operations were going through, everything looked fine on the surface. But then the surface started cracking a little. Bitstamp quietly updating their terms around asset eligibility and account verification thresholds, and I started paying attention to that in a way I hadn't before. So I did what I usually do when something bugs me. I went deep on it.
Read through actual documented cases, and what kept coming up was this pattern where a platform flags your account for something algorithmic. Your funds go into a hold state, and then you're essentially at the mercy of a support queue that has no incentive to move fast. So I started genuinely researching non-custodial exchanges, and what I found is that the architecture just removes that problem at the root. There's no custodian holding my assets between steps, the swap executes on-chain directly from my wallet, and there's no account in the traditional sense that anyone can freeze or flag. Beyond that, and this is the part I actually care about more than people might expect, there's no data trail connecting my identity to my trading activity. It's just the blockchain doing what it's supposed to do, without a company sitting in the middle taking a cut of both my fees and my privacy.
So I've had about 5 months with this platform now, somewhere around 80 transactions in, ran it through a handful of lower cap tokens too, just to see how it handles thinner liquidity, and what I was genuinely looking for was where it breaks down, because everything looks good on the first 10 swaps. It's the edge cases that tell you what something is actually made of: congested network conditions, off-peak hours, larger position sizes, and across all of that, nothing failed. Every transaction settled cleanly, no manual intervention, no funds stuck in some intermediate state. At a certain point, the data just speaks for itself.